Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and his cabinet are getting their ducks in a row before the next session of Parliament. They held a cabinet retreat in Ottawa today, the first in-person gathering they've all had in 6 months. And the pandemic, not surprisingly, is dominating the agenda. Abigail Bimman is there.
Meeting in the same room for the first time in 6 months, Cabinet is also on the same page about priorities.
The most important thing right now is to fight the pandemic.
We still have to ensure that Canadians are safe, that we make the best decisions based on the best health advice.
The government's first priority has been and will continue to be supporting people through this.
Like the rest of us, they're watching case numbers climb.
The last thing anyone wants is to go into this fall in a lockdown similar to this spring, and the way we can prevent that is by remaining vigilant.
And figuring out how to do that tops the agenda. The Prime Minister says conversations around next steps, support for childcare, housing, long-term care are happening too.
But our focus is very much on what we need to do to control COVID-19.
Cabinet heard from key players on the COVID-19 file and key foreign affairs figures, the ambassadors to the United Nations, the United States and China. Ministers are working on the throne speech too, coming next week. Global News learned plans to spend up to $100 billion in green spending were shelved, but the Environment Minister stressed climate change is still critical.
I don't think the government's backing off on anything.
The Liberals also aren't backing off a fight with the U.S. over aluminum tariffs. Tuesday morning, Deputy Prime Minister Chrystia Freeland is expected to announce details on counter-tariff measures. The government has said they'll match the U.S. dollar for dollar. That means $3.6 billion. Abigail Bimman, Global News, Ottawa.